considered a jazz poet, blowing along blues in an afternoon jam session on Sunday. I take 242 choruses. My ideas cry and sometimes roll from chorus to chorus, or from halfway through a chorus to halfway into the next. Mexico City Blues, Jack Kerouac. From the Harlem Renaissance of the 20s, and then there's going to be a lull. I don't have much at all to report in the 30s. You know, of course, the 30s was worldwide depression, and so the next really flare-up of jazz poetry is going to be in the 50s or the 40s. The scene, Chicago was the capital of jazz in the 20s and 30s, but by the 40s, the capital of jazz had moved to New York City. Like I say, he was a spokesperson of the Beat generation, and the patron saint of the beats in jazz was Charlie Parker. So this is Kerouac's poem to Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker looked like Buddha. Charlie Parker, who recently died while laughing at a juggler on TV after weeks of strain and sickness, was called the perfect musician. And his expression on his face was as calm, proud, and beautiful as the image of the Buddha is represented in the East.
Last night I had an oboe dream. Whistlers in a boxcar, madness, bringing jazz. Their faces stormed in a hobo gleam, blinding all the grinding wheels and singing jazz. The boxcar gloried in its dirt. Just a hallelujah made of changing mud. And one old bum opened up his shirt, showing wounds of music in his ranting blood. The hobos sang with scorching notes, burning up the pain into a gale of jazz.
I'm gonna put white hands in it, and black hands, and brown and yellow hands, and red clay earth hands in it, touching everybody with kind fingers, and touching each other natural as dew. Got a rat in my habitat. Crazy as a cat, my habitat rat. Got a rat in my habitat. Getting mighty fat, my habitat rat. My home is a rat habitat, so I got me a bat with rat-a-tat-tat. But the cat, well, wasn't scared by that. He just looked me in the face and started to scat.
I had a good home, but I left. I had a good home, but I left. Right, left. That big fucking bomb made me deaf. A Humvee mechanic put his Kevlar on wrong. I guarantee you'll meet him with a suicide bomb. And hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. Nimrod Bodfish, have you any wool? Give me another body bag, the body bag's full. My face was scorched. I miss my home, I miss my porch. Left, right, left. Can I go home and march? Left, right, left, right.
The dog trots freely in the street,
And his own dog's life to live, and to think about, and to reflect upon, touching and tasting and testing everything,
investigating everything.
without benefit
of perjury.
A real
Realist,
with a real
tale to tell.
and a real,
Tale to tell it with.
a real live
Barking
Democratic dog engaged in real free enterprise
with something to say.
about ontology,
Something to say.
about reality,
And how to see it.
and how to hear it
With his head cocked sideways.
at street
As
corners,
if he's just about to have.
his picture taken,
For Victor Records.
listening for
His master's voice.
and looking
Like a living question mark.
into the great gramophone of puzzling existence,
With its wondrous hollow horn.
which always seems
Just about to spout forth.
some victorious answer
To everything.
to everything. Dog by Lawrenceburg.
Risking absurdity and death. Whatever he performs above the heads of his audience, the poet, like an acrobat, climbs on rhyme to a high wire of his own making, and without mistaking anything for what it not is, for he's the super realist who must perforce taught, perceive, perforce, taught truth. For the taking of each step and stance. I haven't memorized this one well enough. Oh, I'm just going to flame out here.
Make it up.
I can't. I'm out of practice. I can't improv. I'll have to read it. Constantly risking absurdity and death whenever he performs above the heads of his audience, the poet, like an acrobat, climbs on rhyme to a high wire of his own making, and balancing on I-beams above a sea of faces, paces his way to the other side of day.
Jesus came to Japan transubstantiated as sake. Let me explain. They say, since every breath we take contains 25 sextillion molecular constituents of air, at least one in each inhale came from murdered Caesar's last breath, like dandelion seeds floating dispersed around the world ever since. How likely then that molecules of water, that magic commingling elixir shed from Jesus' earthly body, as tears, piss, or better, blood, in the millennia since have girdled the globe like the word and spiked every glass, whether wine, whiskey, ayahuasca, sake, soju, tej, or beer, each chaliced cupful, the blood of Christ for real.
My friend, motionless, thick-bodied firemen mill about the bed, knock over my nightstand, send an ashtray flying, an explosion of ash. The bare bulb hanging from the ceiling dispels little darkness. An empty pill bottle trundles across the rug.
As a youngster, Bird blew so bad. Bird blew bad. Bird blew so bad he was booed off stage by fellow players.
Your tree spray tan is gold. Your Trump Tower is gold. A golden raven lands on your gilded railings outside the East Wing.
If I lived only inside the poem in my head, instead of the poem in my feet, my dreams would not know the power to press against earth the rush and leap that propels flying, or the relished risk of stretching to scale a cliff face, how to refresh an exhausted walk with the swirl of cool water, foam, and sand, the humility of traversing Earth's parade of landscapes, or the immense space that must be crossed in a few steps to meet you.
Right on time. This has been inspiring. Thanks for the videographers. Thanks for the musicians.